What's going on? It's the Boxing Clinic. You know, it's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back in the building. And, we on the early morning grind. I had time today. And probably a lot of people are tired of me beating down this subject. But I make my rounds. And I do my thing, man. And, I ask questions on different threads, different YouTube channels. Everywhere, boxing scene thread, Boxing News 24 thread, wherever discussions go. And it seems like a lot of fans, a lot of people, a lot of media members don't want this fight. They rather see Triple G versus Dave Lemieux again before they see this fight. They rather see Triple G versus Danny Jacobs. They rather see Triple G versus Demetrius Andrade. They rather see, they probably rather see Triple G move up than face Jermall Charlo. And, usually when guys have a lot of confidence in a fighter or they feel another fighter is inferior to the fighter they going for, they be like, make the fight happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like it's a lottery ball where it's like, Jermall Charlo is like, Rocky Balboa in Rocky 1 and used the analogy where he's some 1,000 ranked contender in a division, and Triple G just wants to get, we just want to see him fight him. We just want to give him a random shot versus a random guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a guy that's just mandatory, and people know that Jermall Charlo is Triple G's mandatory, and Triple G was handed the belt. Triple G never had to face a mandatory, but other fighters had to do. If they got a belt, even if they fought for a vacant belt, they had to make 2 voluntary defenses with the same WBC belt before they got. 2 mandatory defenses before they got a voluntary. So where's the justice, and where's the, where is the justice in this boxing game? You know what I'm saying? And through the sanctioning belt body, you feel me? And it's none. And fans know, that Jermall Charlo's a threat, because if he wasn't a threat, people say, oh, he's just mandatory Triple G, and knock his dick in the dirt, do him dirty, keep him moving. You know what I'm saying? Guys don't want this fight. Come on, you rather, even if David Lemieux won the WBO title from Billy Joe Saunders, I say hypothetically, which is a real possibility. Do you want to see David Lemieux versus Triple G again? Come on. David Lemieux has no shot. David Lemieux has done nothing to, convince me that he can even compete with Gennady Golovkin. And people, they don't want to mention Jermall Charlo name with the rest of the guys or for whatever, but definitely not Triple G. You know what I'm saying? Why not? It's something new. It's nothing repetitive. We know how Triple G and Billy Joe Saunders will end, and understand the fact that they want to see Triple G become undisputed champion and try to act like, oh, he was undisputed, lineal champion in a division that had all these great fighters, and let's just say Triple G, unifies the division and then moves up, and he was the unified champion when Danny Jacobs and Charlo was there. Charlo, and they trying to go back. Charlo didn't want to fight him when he was undisputed champion and try to, make shit out of thin air. He was champion while Canelo, unified champion. At the end of the day, man, I feel him. He wants to be undisputed. He had his opportunity. He could have fought Billy Joe Saunders in December. He didn't make a push for it. He could have fought him in June, let Oscar punk him out of it. He had plenty of opportunities to fight Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders was calling him out bad. He let Oscar dictate his career. And it is what it is. He went for the Canelo fight. He went for the money. He went for the fame. He came up short. That was your decision right there. Canelo, that wasn't the unification bout. Canelo didn't bring nothing but that fake-ass ring belt he got to the table. That was a voluntary. Okay, you got a mandatory for the IBF. You got a mandatory for the WBA. You did 2 mandatories for both of those belts already. When is he going to get to the WBC mandatory, which is Jermall Charlo? And fans don't like the Charlos because they talk. But the Charlos only talk when somebody else gets to talking. That's what people don't notice about them. Erickson Lubin was talking to his brother. Julian J. Rock did talking for about a year about Jermall Charlo. Got in the ring, laid the egg, got knocked out. They don't want to stomach the truth that if Jermall Charlo beats Gennady Golovkin, they got to look at him as the #1 middleweight. They know if he beats Gennady Golovkin convincingly, not saying that he will or won't, or in between, They know Canelo not gonna be able to fuck with that boy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it boils down to. You know, Canelo avoided a lot of different guys at 154 pounds. He was gonna avoid Erislandy Lara if Erislandy Lara didn't pull up to that press conference. You know, they know Jermall Charlo is in control of that division. I mean, Al Heyman is in control of that division. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want that. You know, they don't want Danny Jacobs, Canelo Alvarez having to answer to this guy. They don't want that. HBO don't want that. Because then they got to get him a deal to stay on HBO. He going to run over to Showtime and run up a check over there and run up views over there. And, you know, quite frankly, it might be a bad matchup for Triple G. Charlo is almost 6'2". He's long, power, can box, good feet, good hands. You know, I don't know who I pick, but it's a fight that I want to see. But the fans don't really care to see it because they know they know. You know, Charlo's a real threat. You know, and if he wasn't a real threat and he was the mandatory, people would be, oh, it's Triple G mandatory. You know, go ahead and fight him. He gonna destroy him. You know, then we get to Canelo later or whatever. This is just only based on if Canelo chooses not to take the rematch. If he does, I'm all for Triple G Canelo too. But if not, Charlo, man, let me know what y'all think. We out.